This is an additional video that I want to highlight certain stuff. So over here, this is the manufacturability and durability characteristics. So it's talking about empirical form of table. Alright, in the sense that they're trying to compare which is the best. So 1 is the best, 6 is the worst. So 1 is the best. Alright. So using a stamping performance manufacturing criteria. Wow, what is stamping performance? Ding ding. This is a good video, I guess. So it's more on the stamping. So you stamp the metal sheet.
These are press tools in which only cutting operations are done, usually blanking and hole punching. Combination dies are press tools in which a cutting operation, usually blanking, is combined.
It stamps up the shapes. Alright, I go back again. You see? Yeah, hopefully you kind of clear of the meaning of stamping. So a stamping performance, if you were to have a cold roll steel, if you stamp a cold roll, this is very good. If you stamp a hot dip, not very good. If you stamp a galvanized one, not the worst. Things like that. So coating adhesions, product factor. So talking about the mechanical properties. Alright, if it's mechanical properties, over here this is the best. For coating adhesion, electro is the best. Alright, coating friction, alright, this one is the best. So therefore, if you're talking about stamping performance, then you will use electrode zinc, because this is the table that they use, because it's the highest of all. Alright, then if you want to use it for joining, alright, so what type of properties that you want to look at, so it's all over here. Alright, hopefully you are clear. And then over here, this is the chemical analysis, alright, where the exact chemistry will depend on the applications and the grade, but will be within the following limits. So you mix all these elements: carbon, silicon, manganese, phosphorus, sulfur, everything, and micro-alloying elements. What is this? It's actually coming from TENFORM. It's a website, not a website, it's a brand name for micro-alloy strip. Alright, so I don't know how it works, but I think it's mixing with micro-alloying elements together. So micro-alloying elements is itself, but it mixes with all this, and including steel, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So the thing now, like for thickness grade and AMM, the maximum carbon is this. Okay, in case that in the future you'll need. And then mechanical properties, the grade, hot roll, you have different gradings. Alright. And these are the different yield strengths that you want to take note of. Co-reduced. And then mechanical properties for electro zinc grades are indicative. Electro zinc grade. So you electroplate the zinc onto the surface, because this is your HSLA. You want to coat it with a zinc layer to protect it. So you'll use a electroplating. This is what it's trying to say. And then sheet thickness, A, impact values, blah blah blah. I think you can read it yourself. I will not go through. Alright, take some pictures and then you give me a So you take the picture if you need in the future. Alright, and thickness and width limits. Wow, this is when you see a graph, think of the x and y. So it's a width, this is the thickness. So if you were to go in 3D, then it's the length. Alright, you get what I mean? So yeah, this is the length, so this is the width, this is the thickness. Alright, this is what it's trying to say. So therefore, a different width, different thickness, then what type of things? Hot roll limits, hot roll pickle and oil limits. I think it's way too in-depth lah. So I think you can, maybe I should see what is hot roll pickle. So a hot roll pickle and oil is a hot roll coil. Alright, it's a sheet of metal that makes into coil. Alright, that has been descaled of oxide film. First is being removed. The oxide film is being removed by chemical method, mechanical method, or a combination of both. And then you oil it to prevent corrosion, and then you store it in certain stuff. So this is a way of hot roll pickle. So hot roll pickle and oil limits is you don't have any zinc coatings, no zinc at all. Alright, no protection layer, but with a coating of oil, that's all. And then you go and straight away go and form it. So if you want to use this type of method to form your sheet metal, then this type of thing will happens to be some sizes. Alright, so maybe a small size. I don't know how this works lah. Yeah, but co-reduce and electrode zinc limits, I think is just to say that you use zinc coating, that's all. Formability, joining, fatigue life, corrosion. So these are the properties that you want. Or in other words, if you have a sheet of metal, alright, you can either form it, join it, alright, and then you also want to take note of the fatigue life, corrosion resistance and paintability, and also health and safety. Alright, so go to British Steel's product health, because I think if you want to manufacture certain stuff, somebody would have to wear the mask to prevent the particles or the vapors to go into the lungs and wherever things. So it's talking about that. So manufacturing this type of stuff, you need to take note of all these things. Alright, and formability, for example, have this microalloy distinct grade have a less formability than forming steels, the potential for weight saving by reducing thickness, blah blah blah. So there's a pros and cons side of things. Optimum design, so if you want the reduced thickness or things like that, then you have certain stuff. So it's playing with the properties itself. And high strength, I think you can read it yourself. You can print screen and then read it yourself. Alright, so you can join. So the joining part, you can use a fusion welding techniques, alright, including metal arc. So fusion welding is a form of fusion welding.
And fill a rod above the edges of the plates and start the welding process. We see that due to heat from the welding torch, a large pool of molten metal is formed. This pool consists of the molten metal from the metal plates.
I don't need to explain further, it's just a fusion welding method. If you want to know more, you can just know more. Alright, and other stuff that you want to take note. Alright, the different welding methods, alright, which is the best. Alright, this is happened in your materials if you remember. Alright, and fatigue life, I don't think I need to go carry on. Alright, the rest is just properties again and again. But I just want to highlight few things. Alright, when talking about HSLA steel, take note of the chemical analysis. What type of chemicals is within it? Take note of the mechanical properties. Alright, and take note of the manufacturing criteria. What type of manufacturing process do you want? And then, if this is the case, if you want stamping performance, what type of so-called metals do you need? Alright, to better make your manufacturing method best. Alright, so you need to choose this type of things. Alright, and thickness is more on dimensions. Formability, is it easy to form the shape up? Joining, fatigue life, etc. So these are all the things that you want to take note when you're designing certain materials or certain design. So these are the metals. If you are designing certain parts and it requires a metal, and therefore you want to also take note of all this. And these are all advanced metal methods, alright, by TENFORM. Alright, and if you search TENFORM, end up they will give you like Tata. Alright, Tata is also another brand from India. So TENFORM, I think, is from some other country, I don't know where, but yeah. So therefore we are somewhat finished over at this side. And I'll just call it a day. I very shagged. It's 7:24 already. And yeah, so in future I'll just do up these things, hopefully can do very fast, I don't know. So yeah, finish.